What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. It's follow-up Friday. Today wasn't the greatest day ever, but it was still or greatest week ever, I should say, but it still was a decent week overall. Really, 2 out of the 3 that were on Stock Watch Sunday still kind of worked out for me. It's one of those things, right? That you just have to know. Let's see here. Is anybody? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure nobody's tuning in. Let me see here. Are peeps here? You know what? I didn't tag everybody. Hold on. There you are. Sorry about that. What's going on, Laura? At least somebody's here. I just wanted to make sure. Let me tag everybody within the group. For those of you, I'm going to start this over. Laura, just hang tight. I'm going to start this over. Be right back. There we go. I think we're good to go now. Sorry about that, guys. A little mix up at the beginning there, but I hope that you guys had a great week. So welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad, and I trade over-the-counter stocks. I find success in trading these micro-cap stocks and these stocks that trade well under a penny. It's crazy and volatile, and a lot of it might not make sense to the regular everyday trader, but for me personally, I love it, and I can't get enough of the volatility down here in these particular stocks. So today's follow-up Friday. If you're not familiar with this channel, have been following me for a while, this has kind of been something new for me. I always have a stock watch Sunday where I watch the stocks, or where I come up with 3 or 4 types of stocks that I'm watching throughout the week. And I never really followed up on them to try to let you guys know how they all worked out. So I thought this would be a good way to do it. This is the 3rd week, I think, in a row that we're doing this, and it's starting to catch on. So I'm going to keep doing this regularly and see how it goes. So the stocks that I was watching on Stock Watch Sunday was LTSN, INKW, and OODH. Now, it was pretty slow overall. You could have made a couple flips here and there and had some decent trades, but as you guys might know, for me personally, I don't do a lot of day trades. I swing trade mostly, which is probably why, this style of trading might not be as exciting or what have you, because I'm not necessarily making day trades. I invest in these companies. I buy something to basically invest in it and wait for some sort of pop based off of due diligence that I do on these from a fundamental standpoint. I'm not basing it too much on charting, technical analysis. It's called fundamentals. I'll go and look at share structures, potential catalysts, how the company is doing overall, big picture. So if you guys like that style of trading, if you like getting in at the very rock bottom of some of these plays and kind of waiting it out, for me personally, that's where the big money is made. I don't have to invest a whole lot of money to make a whole lot of money. Just to kind of give you an example, INKW is one that I got in. I invested $3,000 and I'm up almost $6,000 in profits. So that entire valuation of the position that I'm in right now is almost 10 grand. So that's the difference. You got a lot of these folks that would like to day trade, but they have to invest $20,000, $30,000 to experience the type of gains that I do. And so the risk is much greater, in my opinion. You're risking a lot more money or have to raise a lot more money to make that kind of money. Down here, you don't. As long as you know what you're doing, you should be okay. And the way you try to figure that out is to be a part of our community. It's WeTradeHQ.com. It's a free community to be part of. We have almost 2,500 members around the globe that have joined together to help each other grow and become better traders. We have mentors all over the place now. And if OTCs aren't your thing, that's okay. WeTradeHQ is designed to help you as a trader, no matter what area in the market you're in. If you're trading Forex, cryptocurrency, options, just regular old big board stocks, you want to do some long-term investing, we're going to have it all here for you at WeTradeHQ.com. Just check the links down in the description. They're all there for you, and I encourage you to check it out. So, as always, I always like to share my screen and kind of let you know, kind of give you a visual on what I was seeing and everything for Stock Watch Sunday. So let's just see how they worked out. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you real quick. And so first one I have up was OODH. OODH obviously didn't work out very well. Again, if you're not familiar with this website, it's WeTradeHQ.com. I do all my technical analysis and I chat with everybody on here. It's just a great tool and resource to use. And the best part is that it's free. So for OODH, it looked like there was some potential there. The CEO put a tweet out. There was some volume that came in here, and this is what kind of prompted me to get on it. The float was super tiny, and that's kind of what motivated me to buy this in the first place. The float was really small. It looked as if maybe something was coming about. If you looked at their website, there was changes. They said they were making some announcements that they would be coming out with filings. They haven't done so yet. I think this is going to be more of a patience play. I have not sold out of this. I still have about 250,000 shares, and my average is around 40. So I am red in this right now. So it is what it is. That's the part of swing trading. You're just going to have the patience for it sometimes. There's people out there that just can't stomach it, and that's fine. But for me personally, the float is so small here that it will take nothing to move this back to 0040 and beyond once those filings and stuff like that come out. Now, they haven't really let us know exactly when they will be happening. So again, I think this is going to be more of a patience play. It would have been nice if I'd have just gotten out at the top at 007, but it is what it is. This is, again, one of those ones that's just going to have to be a patience play at this point. If I get too impatient with it, and I really honestly don't think anything's going to come of it, then I'll probably end up cutting this one. But it is what it is. The name of the game is to diversify, and that's why I have these 3 stocks to watch, or multiple stocks that I'm in. There's multiple positions because I want to be able to maximize my profits if something else doesn't happen to work out. So let's see. The other one was INKW. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to go in the search bar here on WeTradeHQ.com. Look up INKW, and there was all kinds of stuff going on with INKW. It's starting to fall into a little sideways channel here. If you can take a look here, it's really kind of consolidating in there this week. Even though there was quite a bit of news that came on INKW in regards to share structure, some exciting stuff that I personally think are going to be great for the company whenever they kind of reveal to us exactly what it is they're doing. They've done a couple of things here and there, and if you go to otcmarkets.com, that's where I do all of my fundamental research and due diligence. You look at the security details. This is what's been updated as of recent. They've reduced their outstanding shares by 300. I think it was like 360 million. Float's still looking awesome. It's trading to me like the float is pretty locked up. And what I mean by that is that it's really all retail as far as like the people who own the stock. I think all the shares that are in the float are owned. So any trades that go on, it's basically somebody selling and then somebody else is coming right back in and picking it up. It's just trading very nicely. This is a great accumulation here. If you look at it on a daily, it's had nothing but and look at this. This is even prettier in my opinion. You can take a look and just kind of see this stair stepper pattern on here, and it's just a thing of beauty. Over the last several weeks, it's just done nothing but step up and step up, and now I think we're just in a consolidation here. We'll see what goes on once they come out with more catalysts. But again, you could look at their Twitter account. They've been updating us on some things. It looks like they're trying to take care of the DTC chill issue. So those of you who strictly trade with TD Ameritrade may be able to capitalize on this if you see value in it. Obviously they announced some share structure news, which they ended up coming out with, and then so they're looking at their target acquisition. So they're looking for a facility. It's estimated production capacity of around 3 million bottles per week, which I thought was pretty amazing. In my opinion, that's a ton for an over-the-counter stock to be doing all of this kind of stuff right with their filings and putting out the correct PRs at this point. The potential here could be great. Again, for those of you who haven't been following me, this is supposed to be a CBD beverage company, it looks like so far. You know, they're looking to acquire this, and we can look at the disclosures here, the notes and disclosures. Uh, Here we go. So they announced a letter of intent earlier in the week. I failed to mention that too. A letter of intent to acquire 60,000 square foot bottling facility, and this is in regards to their CBD infused beverages, spring and artesian water. So they're looking to get in some of that stuff too. But I think the most important thing here is that CBD infused beverages is probably going to be their bread and butter. So there you go. It's INKW. I know that I went a little heavy on this one, but there's a lot of stuff that happened with it, and I just want to make sure that I covered it all. LTSN. Average here for me is at 0021, and it didn't do much. You know, it went up a little bit, came back down earlier in the week, and yesterday it had a nice little run back up. The one thing that I'm liking about LTSN, okay, it had these lows here in the 001s, and it's been, you know, people have been adding to it ever since. If you look here, this is where it was at yesterday morning. Right here at 0020, actually I think it dipped down, yeah, to 0018. And with a million shares of volume, guys, 1 million shares in volume, and it went all the way up to 0033. That's how thinly traded LTSN is. If you look at their share structure, it's 89 million. I have a feeling that there's a lot that's been bought up here. Now I know that the float here hasn't been updated since 2017, and the OS is around 500,000, but it just appears to me that this float hasn't changed all that much. It would be nice to have this number updated, but it appears to me that that hasn't been changed all that much. So just to base off of what it's trading, I mean, a million shares of volume, of buying volume, took this from 0018 all the way up to 0033 yesterday in a matter of hours. So if some real substantial volume came in on this per a catalyst or something like that, I think we could really see a nice movement on LTSN. So there you have it. That's kind of where I ended the day or this week. You know, one of them didn't work out. The other two are still, I mean, INKW has been a rock star for me. LTSN, I think the verdict's still out on it. I'm still very much into that stock. I haven't sold it. We'll see where it goes. But we'll see. You know, I'm not, that's why I like to be in multiple positions at any one given time. People like to say that, oh, well, you know, you're just baggy on it or you're just holding out, you know, but that's how you make the money. Sometimes just sitting in something and being patient, in my opinion, can potentially pay off. Now, sometimes you just have to get into a position where you just have to cut it at some certain point. But, you know, this is how I found success. This is how my mentor has found success. He's been trading for 25 years, and he's within our group. You can check him out. You know, $750,000 year to date today. So, I mean, everything that I've learned from him and surrounding from other people that have been just as successful, you know, almost as successful as him. And so that's the other part of it. You know, surrounding yourself around people who win, and that's what I do, and that's how I have learned, and found success in trading this type of strategy. So Laura says DSGT, one of your favorite penny stocks. Yeah, I saw that you had mentioned DSGT. I haven't taken a look at that. We'll take a look at it. If you tune in on Sunday, we'll take a look at it. How about that? Can you hold these stocks you speak about for a year plus? Sometimes. There are times where, you know, you just kind of put one in the back corner if you're just kind of like, you know, I don't really like, and it depends on your risk tolerance. If you're sitting in something forever, but you got a bunch of other money you can play around with and you still see value in that stock, then just let it sit. I mean, it's not hurting anything. If you're making money elsewhere and you don't care about whether or not that's sitting there, then just let it sit there. I mean, it's not something that you have to make a decision on. If your risk tolerance is good enough for a position to sit there, if you still find value in it, and you got a bunch of other money sitting over here that you can play around with and make money on other stocks while that one's just kind of doing its thing, then by all means do that. If that's your way, if that's your style, if that's the way you want to do it, by all means. So try INKW, TD Ameritrade. Yeah, TD Ameritrade. So again, if you guys aren't familiar with the DTC chill, it is it's a limitation that they put on some stocks if it's been dormant for a while, or maybe they haven't updated certain filings or what have you. And TD Ameritrade does not allow you to trade DTC chill stocks. Charles Schwab, E-Trade, I'm sure there's other ones out there that do. You'd have to contact these brokerages before you start investing with them to see if that's something that they support. But as I pointed out, INKW has stated that they're working on taking care of that DTC chill per their Twitter account. So we'll see when that takes place. I have known in the past that when that DTC chill comes off, these types of plays do skyrocket because you're allowing a whole bunch of people to be able to get in on this particular stock if they see value on it now that they're able to. Because maybe there's people out there that only trade TD Ameritrade, and that's their only brokerage they use. And that's fine for most, but for me, I find value in having more than one brokerage for these reasons. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to cut it there. You know, Follow Up Friday is always meant to be kind of like a short and sweet type of thing. I know I went a little bit long on this one, but just I felt like there's a lot to cover. And if you are not part of my community, it is WeTradeHQ.com. It's absolutely free to join, and you know, just see what we're all about. We do have courses and mentorships available that are paid services, but by no means do we obligate you to do that. If you just want to take advantage of all the free stuff we offer you, which is a lot, then do that. You know, it does not hurt us one bit. We'd love to just have you there, and you know, just take advantage of the free stuff if you want. That's it, guys. One other thing that I wanted to address, I know there's a lot of people that have been buying stuff from our merchandise store, and we did have like a Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale. There is still going to be a holiday sale there. It's 20% off, and then the hoodies are buy one, get one free. So go check that out. The links are in the description as well. They're pretty cool. They're all really comfy, and don't take my word for it. There's a bunch of people out there that love them too. So check it out, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys for Stock Watch Sunday. As always, guys, I'll see you all before the bell, and B. Smith is out.